small American town 15 years ago.
Halloween means something totally different for everybody. Whether it's just reliving nostalgia through your kids, or really getting into the season way early and burning out sometime mid-October. Finding it's like kind of 50-50. Me personally, I love Halloween very early on because I kind of get into the hunt. And what I mean by the hunt is going out there and finding Halloween spooky stuff in the most weird places. And those weird places are like your everyday retail / grocery store. Any place where you can go in and buy chicken and come out with a severed leg. Human leg. Let me elaborate. I often think that if there's an intelligent alien being race looking down on our planet and been studying us, that they would get very, very confused every 2 months out of the year, because they would be witnessing us going in and buying corpses in places that we would usually buy a couch. So I kind of dig that. I like the weird stuff. I like the quirky stuff. And so when you go to a store like the Spirit Store, and trust me, I have nothing against the Spirit Store, it's just that's what you expect. You go in there, they have everything under one roof, they rent a little space for a couple months, and they jack up the prices because not a lot of people are weird like me that say, I'm going to take Saturday afternoon and go to Kmart and Big Lots and Ollie's and all these other places. Minus Ollie's. Never going back to Ollie's again. Especially after witnessing a giant old woman pull her pants down in the shampoo aisle. But I digress. And tonight, I hit big at Big Lots. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Big Lots. I would assume that you are. Anyway, it's a place where you can get both knockoff items, like not name brand items so much, or you can get name brand items that other stores can't sell very easily. They sell uncomfortable furniture, lawn ornaments, to shampoo to toothpaste to food that may or may not be expiring. It's a cool shop. You can get a whole bunch of stuff for very cheap, and their Halloween aisle every year seems to get better and better and better. Now, you remember in years past, I would shine the light on some other places that would have weird Halloween items exclusively for their store, like CVS, or even buying a coffin at a grocery store like Harris Teeter. This year, Big Lots really won big because they just seem to have their stuff for cheap, and it's really cool stuff. So let me show you some of the stuff that I got. So you've seen these quite often. They're these vintage photographs that are superimposed with decayed flesh or some scary thing on top here. So here we got some pretty famous photos from the 1800s. I think that this is Susan B. Anthony, and if you look this way, she looks great. If you look this way, her face comes off. I don't know if that's really appropriate for the women's suffrage movement, but, hey, show me a kid right now that knows who Susan B. Anthony is, and I'll give them a full Snickers bar. I think that's worth a full Snickers bar. So anyway, these are pretty cool. I got this for like $1 there, which is pretty neat if you construct like a Halloween mood table. They're also flammable, so be careful where you put them. Where you can put these things around there. Just be careful, with these sort of things. If you have older people in your family, they might not know this technology exists, and they might recognize somebody in here and see them for a split second, and then they turn into a hideous monster, and before you know it, Grandma dead. Grandma dead. Died, dead. This candle, got this at Big Lots for $5. This thing can stay lit from now until Christmas. Smells wonderful when it's not lit. It's pumpkin apple, but the weird thing is when you light it, suddenly it doesn't smell like anything. And that's why it's $5. Bet you didn't know they sold kitchen decor, did you? Now you did. So here we have a, I don't know, it's just like a spice holder, a spice rack, a spice thing here, made to look like a bottle of poison with a cool little skull head. And you can take these things apart just like so and hold anything that you want in them. So maybe not just spices, you could put your weed in there. But this is pretty good. I got this in a nice little box. It came in styrofoam. The cats spewed all over the damn house. And I got this for about $10, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's porcelain. It's cool. Easily breakable. There's nothing stopping this thing from tipping over and smashing all over the place. So just be wary on things like this. And now we're going to get down to the cool stuff. This year seems to have a... This year seems to really ramp up the animatronics. The decorations that move and take batteries and just kind of put a little animation and life into your Halloween. I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. So I'm just going to get rid So I'm just going to get right into talking about it. What if the house is on fire? Hold on. We're good. Okay. So this thing caught my eye right off the beginning. I had no idea that this actually had some sort of animation to it. I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. That's like one of those old vintage projection machines. You know, these 8mm projection reels that you would see just hanging around places, probably like, you know, waiting in line to go into the Disney Haunted Mansion, and you just see very old vintage looking spooky stuff. But on closer inspection, I noticed this little button here where it would actually do this. It's pretty neat. I mean, you see it has actually working reels and a little ribbon in it, and has you know, that neat little early 20s music. I forget which movie it's from, but I'm sure if I really cared to name it, I would. And then also, you know, on top of that, a dancing skeleton, so it actually has motion, so it actually technically it works just like one did. So it times out. It lasts for, I guess, about a minute, I guess. Runs on AA batteries, and I got this thing for like $20. It's pretty cool. I think it would be a neat little thing to have behind you when you open up the door for trick-or-treaters, come in, and then you see a spooky little dancing thing to that Robert Redford movie. Butch Cassidy, and maybe, I don't know. Another cool item is this little gem right here. Now, they have a couple of these things out, and I noticed this year they have different versions of them. They have this one with a solid screen. They also have one that's kind of like Videodrome, where it has like a latex type screen and something comes through it, so it's actually three-dimensional. I chose this one over that one just based off of the price tag, $35, and it actually has working knobs, so it actually has something very spooky to it, which you can see right here.
No way.
Help me.
Pretty cool, huh? I tell you what, if I was 7 years old and just messing around someplace and flipped that knob, probably would have shit myself. Pretty neat. It clearly states on the back here, it says it's not a toy. It absolutely is a toy. I forgot to. But just make sure when you use it, it's not for outdoor use, obviously. It's nothing but empty plastic. But if you have a weirdo office like mine, how can you not buy it? $35, not that bad, it'll last forever. It takes a bunch of AA batteries. Just cool. Named Haunted Television. So, these items, now I've been to Kmart, I've been to other places, I'm not going to talk about Ollie's, where you can find all these sort of things, and I found these exclusively at Big Lots, so I hope that you can get out there and find some of these things. Now they have amazing other things. I just don't have any place to put them, otherwise I'd be showing you. But go check it out, it's pretty cool. And I'm sure that the sales associates there at Big Lots are already contemplating Harry Carey from so many people touching all the buttons and the vibrations and what you just heard over and over and over again. So tell them thank you, be kind, be nice, and enjoy it. Because this is kind of the fun part of the season. You get to go out and find neat stuff for sale and whew, really go into debt. So guys, my name's Will with the Casserole of Disaster, and the hell was that? So anyway, my name's Will with Casserole of Disaster, and this is the Halloween Hell Show. And Jesus Christ.
Ha 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 ha.